Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I'm Cole Philpott. Today we'll be looking at my local fish store. It is in Rockville, Maryland. This is the Congressional Aquarium. I hope you guys enjoy the ride. You're watching The Fish Bowl. Alright guys, so we're going to start off over here. It has a large selection of saltwater fish. However, I'm not a huge saltwater person, so we're going to move over to the freshwater side. I'm going to fast forward through some of the clips, but we'll slow down and stop and talk about some of the things I really enjoy. One of the things I really love about this store is that they carry fish that I usually don't see in other stores. For example, this is a freshwater red-tailed barracuda. Like, I've never seen this anywhere. I think this is very interesting, and you'll see this later on in the store. Alright guys, that brings me to the one issue I have with this store. I'm really digging this electric blue Jack Dempsey. However, it's 60 bucks. Like, I know it's cool and all, but some things at the store are just way too overpriced. Like, zebra danios are 5 bucks. This fish is one of those amazing fish that I never see very often. But this is a silver arowana. I know these guys are really small, but I still think they're really cool. And one day I think it would be so cool to have a big tank with a couple of these guys. This fish is one of my favorite fish here. I'm never able to find it anywhere else, and I'm not exactly sure what it is called. Here they have it labeled as a brilliant striped Bora, but I'm not exactly sure because when I search it online, the fish that comes up isn't really the same. These guys are decently big, and I really like them, so I'm really hoping to get them in a tank in the near future. They kind of look like scissor-tail Boras and something like that, so they look similar to a lot of the really cool fish that I like. Alright guys, this rainbow shark is one shark that I really want. I used to have one of these guys, but now I want to put one in the 40 gallon. I am worried about the green terror and the turtle. If you guys know anything about these guys and the compatibility with those two, definitely leave it down in the comments below. There must be a local breeder or something of these rams, because they had a huge sale, 4 for $20, and there were a bunch of rams in this store, probably around 300 with multiple tanks. So I'm definitely interested in getting these guys. They're pretty cool. Alright guys, shout out to Aquarium Co-op. This is his first ever fish he ever kept. And I really like these guys. Maybe I'll get a tank for them someday. This is another one of those really wacky fish that I've never heard of. This is a baby whale or something like that. Like, I've never heard of that. Baby whale marmalade. Yeah. So if you know anything about this, leave in the comments below. But I have no idea what these are. Are they brackish? Are they saltwater? How big do they get? I don't know. Alright guys, I'm super excited because I have just bought 3 Apistogramma cockatoides orange flash. I bought them online. These are not the ones that I bought, but these guys might be a little similar. These guys are just regular Apistogramma cockatoides, but I'm hoping mine will have more orange and, yeah, mine will look better. So I'm going to do an unboxing, so stay tuned. So do you guys remember those tiny little silver arowana? Yeah, this is the same thing. This guy must be at least 25 inches, if not more. And then this is a common pleco. So every time you go to PetSmart and you see that tiny little pleco, just remember it's going to get that big, if not bigger. So I'd advise against it. I'm really digging these corridors. So maybe a new tank, maybe in the 75. I don't know. I like these guys because they swim mid-water and they're pretty cheap. Alright, these are the zebra danios. I said that they were $5, but they're actually $4. But I still think that's way overpriced. And sure enough, here are some more rams. This store just has so many. I'm really tempted to get some because they're just so interesting. What's interesting about these green spotted puffers is that they house them in full freshwater and full saltwater. And I think that they are brackish, so I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. But definitely cool fish. And sure enough, here are some more rams. The local breeder must have sold this stock or something. There's just so many of these guys. It's kind of insane. I'm really tempted to get some. Alright guys, so I've jumped over this aisle. This aisle has a bunch of goldfish, and some of them aren't looking that great. But also they have this huge African knife. That guy's insane. Has another fish that just gets huge, but I'm kind of tempted to get one of those. Maybe one day when I have a gigantic tank. But yeah, a lot of goldfish here. Most of them look okay. Some of them don't look great, but definitely interesting. It's just yet another thing that I've never seen in another aquarium store. But these guys have tadpoles. I think that's interesting, but I might want to do some more research if I'm tempted to get these guys. But my question is, do they actually turn into frogs, or are these guys like axolotls, where they're like one step behind? So this is a cool brackish or saltwater tank that they have set up. It's a display tank, and they have this cool archer fish. Aquarium Co-op is one of these, but in his freshwater 800 gallon. So that's very cool, and I really like that tank. Also, they have this large African cichlid. I'm assuming it's Mabuna, but it's a display tank, and I really like this. They won a prize for it. Not sure what the prize was, but apparently they won first place. But I believe it's a very cool tank. I really like that big catfish right there. And that peacock is very cool. Alright guys, this is now the plant section of the store. They have this cool like big tank that trickles over where they store a bunch of their plants. So they just have a bunch of plants with water sprite, some jungle val, other swords, just a bunch of plants. Some crinums I saw and potted plants. Those guys, I like this. It's a very cool setup because it like starts up at the top, then drains down, and then overflows back down, and then back up to the top. So it's a pretty cool system. So these guys are another fish or sort of fish that I'm kind of interested in getting. These are the axolotls, which I just think are kind of weird, but they're kind of cool. I don't know. I just think they're cute, but I don't know. Don't have room for them right now, but maybe eventually. Maybe in the future. Very cool. Alright guys, this is where we start to get into the Africans and other cichlids that I'm not entirely sure what they do or how they act, so I'm gonna let the video run, but we'll see where it goes. Oh, there's a little African clawed frog. I like those guys, but they get large. Oh, and that's a cool flower horn. I've always wanted a flower horn, but never had the money or the tank space. So this store doesn't only have fish, but they also have reptiles. So they have a bunch of supplies for reptiles, for lizards and turtles and some other snakes and stuff, but here's some of the turtles they have. I've only found red-eared sliders here, and these are pretty big ones. Like, that is a large female red-eared slider. She's probably a good 10 inches, and they get bigger too. So that's another thing. When you see them at PetSmart, you're going to need a big tank for them. And then over here is the back stock of tanks. There's a bunch of tanks back there. And here are some more of the reptiles and amphibians and stuff. So there's some lizard. I'm not a huge reptile person, so don't exactly know what these things are. But oh, there's a snake. My mom doesn't really like snakes, but I don't know. I think they're kind of interesting. I might want to think about one time. Some more lizards. So yeah, they don't just have fish. They have a bunch of other stuff. So that's pretty cool. But they don't have Jeff. Towards the front of the store, they have this big, like, wooden pond. They have a bunch of koi in it, and it looks really nice. Maybe one day when I have my own house, I could do something like this, because it's really cool. And they have this waterfall effect. I really like this. Also down there, they have some sort of catfish, but it's sanctioned off from the koi. I'm not exactly sure why, but it's still pretty cool. Then they have all the pond supplies to the right. And then over here, they have more red-eared sliders. These guys are for ponds, I'm assuming, because these guys are just massive. They're keeping them with some like small comet goldfish. Pretty sure those are just for feeders in case they ever get hungry. But yeah, as I said, here's all the pond supplies. They have koi food, they have turtle food, they have pumps, they have filters. So yeah, all the supplies for ponds. And yes, that is a real turtle. Because I had asked my mom the same thing. So this has been the tour of my local fish store. I have only good things to say about the store, except only one bad thing, that most of the things are overpriced in my opinion. But I really like this store, and I hope you guys enjoyed the ride. If you liked this video, remember to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. I hope you guys have an amazing day. You've been watching The Fish Boy.